tonight from Pelican Rapids, Minnesota in Chansey Martin Field. Tonight we have a matchup between the Ada Borup Cougars and the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Hi, I'm Joe Stutz. I will be calling tonight's game here from Channel 2 on Viking News Network here from Pelican Rapids. Ada Borup won the toss and has elected to kick off to the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Kicking off for the Ada Borup Cougars will be number 71, Bu Jorgensen. The Ada Borup Cougars in their white jerseys, black trim and black pants, and the Pelican Rapids Vikings sitting in there with their home black jerseys with a little orange trim on the side and black pants with orange and yellow or orange and white as their trim colors. 12-minute quarters. First game of the season. Both teams knotted 0-0 on the season. This is our first opportunity in what has been a weird 2020 season. Jorgensen looks for the sign. Puts the right hand up. About 5 steps back. Loads into it. Right foot. Looks a little squib kick. Hits a Viking player at the 45. And the Vikings player does fall on it at about the 40. And that's where the Vikings will take their first possession of the game. Tonight it is a nice night for football. Clear skies. Looks like the sun is just starting to set. And it is prime weather for some football. Mikhail Korf under center. And looks to be a diamond formation. Kale flips it out left. Jaden Rutherford gets it. Hits a blocker. Falls forward for about a gain of about maybe 6. Yeah, they'll give him 6. Just short of 7. Making it a second down in at least 4. We'll say. 11:42 coming off the clock, first quarter. Vikings quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Mikhail Korf looking to be a diamond formation. 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right, and 2 looks like to be wing backs with the fullback down the middle. Korf barking the orders, takes a snap. It's about a 5-step drop, swings it to the right, caught there by number 19, Logan Fay, for a first down. Gain of about, I'd say, about 10 of 11. And it moves the Vikings into their own, or it moves them into Ada Borup territory. Ball is spotted just short of the 40. As it looks like Ada Borup switching up the defense a little bit. Looks like they're standing in about I'd say a 3-4. 3 linebackers, 4 defensive linemen. Korf back under center. Motion left. Takes it. Handoff. Flag on the play. Looks like the ball had, or the play on the field had been stopped. Waiting on the call from the official. It looks to be a false start on the Vikings. It will be a 5-yard penalty, making it a 1st and 15 from the 45. 10:49 on the clock. No score here in Pelican Rapids. Vikings with the ball in their first possession of the game. The Vikings line up. Now it looks to be in a shotgun. Running back to his left, 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Korf takes it. It rolls left, and it is a drop just short of the 40-yard line by number 35. Number 35, Johnny Zeeble on the missed catch right there. So the Vikings coming out already and looks to be a two pass plays and a run play. And then, of course, a false start penalty that kind of halted the drive a little bit. And, 2nd and 15 on the 45. Korf again in the Vikings lineup shotgun. Running back to his left. 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Motion left or right side coming left. Handoff to Rutherford on a counter, and he's going to lose 5 yards on that play. Tackle there by number 71, Bu Jorgensen, for a loss of 5 on the Ada Borup side. Now making it a 3rd and 20 on the Vikings opening drive. Very stout there. They didn't fall asleep on that little counter play, and the defensive end stayed home and got the nice tackle for loss. Now the Vikings have some decisions to make. Now they're just on their side of the 50-yard line. They go back into shotgun. Trips to the right, 1 left, running back to his right. Korf takes a snap. Rolls to the right, flips it to number 35, Johnny Zeeble. He's got the line of scrimmage, and that's about all he'll get, as he'll gallop again for about 4 yards. making it a 4th and about 6. And let's see what the Vikings want to do. Opening drive. Actually, they're going to give them the 35. So that makes it a 4th and 5. 9:48 left in the first quarter. And it looks like the Vikings are not going to sit in go for punt. It looks like they're going to go for this. Mikhail Korf walks up to the line, guy in the Vikings. They're back in that diamond formation. 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Motion to the left, Jane Rutherford. Mikhail Korf drops, rolling left a little bit. Finds Rutherford. He's got the 30, 25, and he steps out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Could have been a bigger gain, but tried to make a little cut back there and accidentally stepped out of bounds at the 25. Doesn't matter. First down, Vikings, as they get it just outside the red zone. But a good completion there by Mikhail Korf, finding Rutherford wide open and looks to be the flats area for a big pickup and the first down, which is the very important thing. Mikhail Korf back in the shotgun, 3 receivers right. Mikhail on a direct quarterback draw. He gains in, breaks a couple tackles, falls forward to about the 15. That's where the referee will mark him. That should be enough for a first down. They might come and get this measured. Nope, head official calls for the immediate first down. Yep, it is a first down for the Vikings. Now they're inside the red zone. 1st and 10, 9:14 on the clock. Pelican walking up slow. They look to be back in the diamond formation. 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Korf under center. Motion left quickly up the middle. Number 35, Zeeble. He'll pound through the middle. Gains the first down inside the 5. And he will power his way, and the referee blew the whistle. But he was still moving, I'd say. But they will give him the first down. I think a quick whistle got blown there. But anyway, don't matter. Vikings get a first down inside the 10-yard line. Inside the 5, actually. Now the Vikings applying pressure on Ada. Let's see what they can do. Mikhail Korf under center in the diamond formation. Motion to the right. Mikhail, quick handoff. No, he keeps it himself. It looked like a little No, was it an option play? No, it was a handoff to 35. Johnny Zeeble on the Vikings score. Opening possession takes about 3 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock. Vikings gain a touchdown on the opening possession of the season. Looks like they're going to... No. They're going to go for 2 here in the opening possession. Coaches would maybe looking at a 1, but the Mikhail Korf, the quarterback, shooed him off and said, no, we're going for... Oh, no, they are going to kick it. He doesn't need the shoe, I guess, or the little placement. Mikhail lines up. Ada Borup all standing on line. Probably just going to try and jump this. No, it is a fake. Number 10 picks it up. He runs to the right, and he is tackled just outside of the 15-yard line on the right side. 2-point conversion, no good. And that is the score with 8:22 left in the first quarter. The Vikings up 6-0, and Ada will get their first opportunity with the ball. Very good drive there from the Vikings on their opening possession. A little bit of mistakes. You know, how can you with the weird season, having a choice to having it maybe playing in the spring, now getting it back moved to the fall, everyone has to get used to it, or everyone has to now elaborate and get their minds ready for football this fall. It was a really good first drive for the Vikings as they come away with 6 points. They do not get a 2-point conversion or the field goal. So, I'd call it a successful drive for the Vikings on their first opening possession of the year. Now we can see what Ada can do on their opening possession. Vikings all ready to go. Kicking away will be number... I don't see his number. It looks like number 3. Ada, they're bringing 2 back there. Number 3, Cameron Spieth. And it looks to be number 81, I'd say. No, there's no 81. There's 88. Weston Winfrey back deep to return the kick. Kicking away for the Vikings is number 33, Alex Linus. He gets the signal, runs up, he kicks it. It's going to go about the 20. It's going to bounce there. Picked up by number 3, Spieth. He bounces around the right side to the 30, to the 35. Oh, no one's going to catch him. 40, 30, 20, and Jaden Rutherford runs him down from the opposite side of the field and gives Ada a great possession on their opening drive. It gives them great field position for their opening drive this season. 8:11 on the clock. Ada, with their first possession of the year, will start inside the red zone. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see, because with the field not as open as it could be, with it being started maybe at the 30, the 40, the plays, they got to be smaller, maybe more run plays, or, it ain't going to be many big, deep, long plays, let's say. So Ada come into the line. Looks like their quarterback is number 1, Aiden Markison. He looks to be in split back. One receiver right, one left. Takes it, hands it off to number 28, Bew Fetting. He gets stopped at the line. Maybe gains about a yard or so. They are going to call no gain, actually a loss of a yard on that one. Now they move him to the 20-yard line. Markison coming back after getting a quick chat from the coach to see what play to run next. 7:44 left to go here in the first quarter. Vikings up 6-0 here on this the first game of the 2020 season here from Pelican Rapids. Markison back under center, takes the snap, hands it off to number 3. That's Spieth. He finds a hole and he pounds it through for about a gain of about 5, making it now a 3rd and 7. Maybe a 3rd and long 7 or 3rd and 8 here just outside the 17-yard line. So 2 run plays to start the game for the Ada Borup Cougars. Both up the middle, nothing to the outside, especially on the kickoff. You thought they would have tried to bounce something outside immediately, knowing the speed that number 3 Spieth has. We'll see what happens here. Back in the split back, 2 receivers right, 1 left. It's a pitch out to number 28, Bew Fetting, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Tracked down that time by number 35, Johnny Zeeble on the tackle there for the Vikings. 6:36 left in the first quarter. Now, Ada has their choices to make. It's 4th and 7 on the 16-yard line. Vikings went for it on their side of the field on a 4th down. Ada goes for it too. I don't know if they have a kicker that can maybe make the kick, but we'll see what they do. They look to be lining up in their set offense. Looks to be a single back form with number 28, Bew Fetting, behind the quarterback, Markison. Markison takes a snap, drops back, rolls to the right, looks over the middle, and he's got his man for a touchdown! Touchdown, Ada Borup. Markison to number... Didn't quite see it. To number 88, Weston Winfrey on the score. 16-yard connection from Markison to Winfrey on the score. Now evens the score at 6-6 with 5:59 left in the first quarter. Now what does Ada do here? Do they go for 2? Well, yes, they do. They will be lining up for 2. Left side hash. Looks to be back in their split formation with Spieth and Fenton in the backfield. Markison takes it, rolls right immediately, and he is walloped there. I'm sorry, number 10 on that carry. Ryan Hoven gets taken for a loss by number 73 for the Vikings. That would be Weston Funk on the tackle there. No success on the 2-point conversions both sides. We are tied 6-6 and with 5:59 left in the first quarter. So, let's do a breakdown after what we saw in the two opening possessions there from both the Vikings and the Ada Borup Cougars. The Vikings, they did a lot more runs, a little more to the outside. They got inside the 20. They just kept pounding the middle, and they got their way through, and 2-point success. Looked like they were trying to attempt a field goal. Missed snap or something. Quarterback, or the holder, ran immediately to the right and was tackled. No success on the 2-point conversion. Ada takes it on the opening kickoff and runs it about 60 yards on the opening kickoff for their opening possession, and then have 3 run plays. Get stopped basically on all 3, 2 up the middle, 1 to the outside left, and had no success there, only gaining 3 offensive yards on the possession. And then on the 4th down play, Markison drops back and finds Winfrey on the 16-yard score to even the score. And then, of course, on this last play, it looked like a designed quarterback run to the right that was sniffed out by the Vikings, and there was no success on that one either. So here we are as we get back into the game with the kickoff by number 34 of the Ada Borup Cougars, Gannon Rockstead. He will boot it to the left side, picked up there by number 83 Hunter Williams. He runs to the 40, keeps stumbling. He's to the 45, and he will find his way to about the 46-yard line for the Vikings there on about 11-yard kick return there. And that sets the Vikings up on the 46-yard line, just outside of Ada Borup territory. 5:48 on the clock. Mikhail Korf and the Vikings lead their way back onto the field. They look to be right away coming back in their diamond formation, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right, and 2 wingbacks with a fullback. Motion all the way up on the right side. Handoff up the middle to Zeeble. He pounds his way through to the 1st down, still on his feet to the 40, and that's where he will finally be brought down by a load of Cougars at about just short of the 40-yard line for a Vikings 1st down. Very good run there by Zeeble. Caught the defense off guard. He made it to the 2nd level before he was even touched. Very good play there by the Vikings. Maybe it was a little misdirection there with number 28, Jaden Rutherford, running around the left side. Well, that could have been. Vikings take it. Fake that same handoff. Mikhail Korf now goes to the left side. He gets to the 30, and he's brought down at the 26-yard line for another Vikings 1st down. So 2 very successful plays on the opening possession, and now it looks to be an Ada Borup Cougar down on the field with 4:55 left in the 1st quarter. Your score 6-6, Vikings and Cougars tied up. Number 2 looking to be getting to his feet, favoring that left foot maybe a little bit. Number 2 for the Cougars, by the way, is Alex Sturton. Yep. Alex Sturton being helped off the field by 2 coaches from the Ada Borup side. We'll keep an eye on number 2, Alex Sturton, as the game goes on. Big senior loss there for Ada Borup in this game. Mikhail Korf back under center, takes a snap, hands the ball off to Zeeble, and he'll pound his way through over a couple of Ada Borup Cougars to about the 20-yard line, making it now a 2nd and 5 as the Vikings are inside Ada Borup. They're just outside of the red zone for a 2nd time in 2 possessions. Vikings line back up. Mikhail Korf back under center. Barks out orders. Motion to the left. Mikhail Korf on a counter play. Hands it off to number 17, Justin Verdorn. And he lowers the shoulder. Gets about to the 15-yard line. And that is enough for another Vikings 1st down. Now they're inside the red zone for the 2nd time. Now let's see what they can do here. They just kept running the ball up the middle with Zeeble until he finally found his way into the end zone. Let's see, maybe is it going to be a little deja vu here? Mikhail Korf. Now he does the same thing. Fakes the handoff left, goes right over the open middle hole, and he finds his way to about the 5-yard line. But hold on, there's a flag on the play, and it's in the 2nd level, maybe indicating a hold on the offensive end, or, it is a block in the back on the offense from the spot of the foul. So they'll mark it back at least 10 yards. First down will stay intact, but with a 10-yard penalty like that, it's going to now make it a 1st and 12 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Still inside the red zone, just about at the 19-yard line. Vikings making a little substitution there. Mikhail Korf back under center in the diamond formation. 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Mikhail barks out the orders. Takes a snap, hands the ball off. No, he keeps it again on an option play. And number 10 of Ada Borup sniffed that one out immediately. Ryan Hoven gets him for a minimal gain of about 3 yards. Gets him back to the line of scrimmage. Actually more of like a 2-yard gain. Gets him back short of the line of scrimmage. And I'll now make it a 2nd and 10 for the Vikings inside the red zone. 2:45 left here in the first quarter. Your score, 6. The Vikings 6. The Ada Borup Cougars 6. Mikhail Korf. Now in the shotgun. Running back to his right. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. He takes it. Immediate snap, rolls to the right. Finds Zeeble on a little dump play. And he gains his way after breaking a few tackles. Finds his way to the first down marker. And do they give him enough for the first down? We'll have to see where they mark him. They're going to call him just short of the first down, or the line to gain of about a 3 yard. So about a 7-yard completion there from Korf to Zeeble on that play. Vikings now 3rd and about 2, 3rd and 3. Mikhail Korf under center. Takes a snap, bobbled it a little bit, but stays with it, and he runs forward through the middle, just short of the goal line. Do they give it to him? No, they will say he was down at about the 1-yard line, making it 1st and goal for the Vikings from the 1-yard line. Ada Borup now backed up. On the back of their heels is what I was actually referring to there, to see if the Vikings can punch another one in from a short distance. Looks like Ada's loading up the box for an inside run, and Zeeble walks in untouched for a Viking score. Looked like the Ada Borup Cougars were more, not really in a set defense, but more of a goal line stint, and they were more over the middle, like on top of the center. And the Vikings see that. They made the play, where the offensive lineman pull to the right and have the fullback, Johnny Zeeble, just come right behind them and walk into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown score for the Vikings. Your score now is 12-6 as the Vikings will now attempt for a 2-point conversion. Takes a snap, pitches it out left to Zeeble. He breaks a 1 tackle, and he walks back into the end zone. 2-point conversion success. Now making the score 14-6 with 1:32 on the clock here in the first quarter, as the Vikings have 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and lead 8 points. As the Vikings will be setting off to kick off here in just a little bit. It is a beautiful night. I didn't get a chance to really kind of describe the view. The nighttime as now the sun has set. It is now just that pitch. It's just pitch enough black for perfect primetime football weather. And it's just, it is a grace. It is a absolute sight to see Friday Night Lights in 2020, as I kind of referred to earlier. Usually they would have had their first game in, say, early September, maybe end of August. But, we had to wait until all the way into October for our first game of the year. And, very good turnout, both sides, for the Ada Borup side and also for the Pelican Rapids side on the opening game of the season. And, of course, if you ain't able to come to the game, you can always tune into Viking News Network, Channel 2, And you can also find us on YouTube on the Viking News Network app, or on the Viking News Network YouTube page. Picks it up. Spieth picks it up at the 10-yard line after bobbling it. Gets about 5 yards, and a group of Vikings come and get him to the ground at about the 15-yard line. The ball looked like it was kicked a little bit to the left, maybe going out of bounds. Spieth decided to maybe play it, and instead bobbled it, took his eyes off the ball, looking to where all the defenders were coming. And, only could settle for a 5-yard. Actually, they're going to give him to the 16, 17-yard line inside their own territory. So now we get to see what Ada can do here, as they're now deep in their own territory, where in their first possession, they were all the way at the 20-yard line. Marcuson takes a snap, hands it off to number 28, Marcus Buffetting. He fights his way forward past the 25. He falls forward to about the 25. Gain of about 7 there on that play. Making it they're going to call it a 6-yard game. 2nd and 4 at the Ada Borup 25-yard line. Marcuson walks back up to the line in the split back formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Barking out the orders. Let's see what they do here. It is a handoff to Spieth, left side, and immediately as he came through the hole, number 35, Johnny Zeeble, was there to meet him and take him down for a gain of nothing. Actually, they're going to give him a gain of 1, making it a 3rd and 3. 25 seconds left on the opening quarter. Let's see, they're going to call a stop and play to maybe mark out where he was tackled. Actually, they're going to give him a gain of 2 on the play. So making it a 3rd and 2 to gain here with 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Referee has his hand up. Clock is now starting to run. Ada Borup will get 1 more play in this opening quarter. They better hurry. They're down to 12 seconds left. Ada comes up to the line. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and a shotgun for... Oh, no, they're in the split back. 3 seconds. They ain't looking like they're going to get a playoff. They do not. The coach's disapproval, you could see on the sideline, as he was halfway out to the field trying to direct them to get on the ball and get 1 last playoff. But anyway, we'll flip fields, and it'll still be a 3rd and 2 from the Ada Borup 27-yard line when we come back after... Oh, we can't really go to break. It's a live stream. So we'll be back here in about a minute. Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Vikings up 14-6 on the Cougars, and we are here in Pelican Rapids Field at Chancey Martin Field. Ada Borup back under center on a designed quarterback sneak up the middle, trying to gain the first down, and he does. First down, Ada Borup, as they'll get him to about the 30-yard line. Ada Borup New set of downs at about the Ada Borup 30-yard line. Switching sides, see if they can do anything go in the opposite direction. Let's see what they can do here. Markison back under center in the split back formation. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap on a dual fake handoff. Flags fly as number 3 Jordan Spieth. No, not Spieth. Cameron Spieth. I was thinking of the golfer there for a second, Jordan Spieth. Alex Spieth runs it around the outside, gains about 8 yards, but there are flags flying immediately, and it looks like the Lions crew has already issued what the flag is. It looks to be a 10-yard holding penalty on Ada Borup. And it is. Holding penalty on Ada Borup, giving him a 10-yard penalty, knocks him back to the 20-yard line, now makes it a 1st down and 20. Markison hands it off up the middle to number 28, Fetting, and he finds his way forward for about 7 yards, making it a 2nd and 13 incoming with 10:54 left in the first quarter. Vikings up 14-6 on the Ada Borup Cougars. It'll be a 2nd down, and they say 13 on the 27-yard line. Markison back under center in a single back formation. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Rolls immediately to the right. Throws it up, and it looks to be a little duck. Does he secure it? No, he does not. Number 11, Evan DeVos, could not get underneath the ball and secure it as it hits the ground, making it now an incomplete pass for a 3rd and 13 incoming. With Ada Borup right now, they're struggling. They're struggling, I'll say, on getting their run game going on the outside. So what's the better way to, or what's a good way to open it up? Throwing passes to the outside, giving your receivers a little more space, because now the Vikings are sucking in a little bit on, the run, or they're sticking into it for the run. Now it's time to, maybe throw over the top and, try and open, the valve over the top. So maybe you can have a big play of a run where they're thinking pass or something. Markison drops it back. Looks like a little screenplay set up. Number 28, Fetting gets it. He fights his way through a couple of Viking defenders. Finally brought down by number 20. Looks like number 22 for the Vikings, Carter Johnson, at about the 35-yard line. Gain of about 8, making it now a 4th and 5. And does Ada go for it, or they punt it away on their side of the field? They are looking like they are going to punt it. Ada lines up with number 3, Cameron Spieth, back deep to kick it away to the Vikings. Number 8, Mikhail Korf, and number 28, Jaden Rutherford. Kick is high and fading a little bit to the right. Fair catch called for immediately by Rutherford as he catches it but falls ahead to the 45, but they're going to stop him as soon as he caught it at about the... No, they're going to give him the falling progress, which is going to be the 45-yard line. That's where the Vikings will take back over for their 3rd possession of the game. 9:28 left here in the second quarter, in the first half. Vikings up 14-6. So far in the game, there's been 4 possessions, 2 for each team. Vikings scored on both of them with a 3-yard carry by Johnny Zeeble and a 1-yard touchdown carry by Johnny Zeeble. And the Ada Borup Cougars have had a touchdown and a punt, with Markison connecting with Winfrey on Ada's opening score for about a 16-yard touchdown there. That makes the score 14-6. The play I missed, it was a handoff up the middle by the Vikings. Gets it about 4 yards just short of the 50-yard line, making it a 2nd and about 6. The Vikings come out in a shotgun formation. Receivers 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Mikhail drops looking right. Now he runs all the way back across the middle. Pushes over a teammate. He's to the 30, to the 20. But now there's a late flag coming in at the end of the play. Maybe an illegal block in the back there on number 19, Logan Fay. We'll have to see what the call comes to be. 8:47 here in this first half. Waiting on the official's flag. I'm assuming it's going to be a block in the back by the Vikings. Head official. It is an illegal block in the back. I'm assuming it will be on number 19. It will still be a Vikings first down, but they'll lose 10 yards from the previous spot they had gained. So in retrospect, they gain about, they gained about 30, 35 yards on that play. They get the 35 yards, but they lose 10 in the process, and they still make it a 1st and 10. They just lose that additional 10 yards. So now the Vikings spot up at about the 30-yard line. McHale takes the snap, hands the ball off to Zeeble. He spins through the middle of the defense, still finding his way through, gets the first down over the 20-yard line, and that's about where he is brought down by 2 Cougars. Gets the first down to about the 18-yard line. 8:30 left here in the first half. Vikings up 14-6. Isaac Nelson on the tackle there for the Ada Borup Cougars. Mikhail Korf under center in the I-back formation. Hands the ball off to Rutherford. He bursts through the middle. He cuts it back to the right side, and he is in untouched after breaking a few tackles for a Vikings touchdown on about a 17-yard touchdown score from Rutherford. Vikings now up 20-6. 8:08 left here in the first half. Vikings lining up in a field goal try formation. Mikhail Korf, the kicker. The holders number 10, Timmy Guler. The snap. Spot is down. Kick is up, and it is no good. Boy, did he miss it just a bit low. It's hard angle for me to be seeing that, but he is no good. 20-8 or 20-6 your score. The Vikings lead the Cougars with 8:08 left here in the first half. So, as you can break down the Vikings offense, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and all 3 on the runs. Actually, all 3 of them were on inside, in between the tackle runs. Just on the last one there by Rutherford, he kicked it out to the right side at the last second to free himself up to basically walk into the end zone. 20-6, your score. Vikings awaiting the official to hand the ball. There it goes. Number 33, Alex Linus, lining the kick back up. He walks back 7 yards, takes 3 steps to the right, signaling to the official, gets the whistle, and here he goes. Kick is high and long. About to the 7-yard line is where the Ada Borup Cougars will take it. He runs it back to the right side, sticking behind a few blockers, and he is tracked down behind by number 19, Logan Fay, on the play there. He will get the ball out to about the 25-yard line is where the officials are marking him. And that's where Ada Borup will take their next possession. Let's see if they can do, something better on this next possession. Their first possession of the game, they take it down the field. After a pretty long kickoff, about 50, 60 yards, and then have 3 run plays, all kind of go for no gain or little gain, and then they finally threw over the middle to Winfrey,
Marcus into Winfrey on a 16-yard completion for the touchdown. Their second drive kind of stalled out near midfield, and they ended up punting the ball away, and the Vikings took advantage by going down the field and putting up a score to make it a two-possession game. Marcuson quickly hands the ball off to number 28, Bew Fetting. On the run, he will gain about a minimal of, they're going to say about a yard gain, make it a 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line. Number 22, Carter Johnson, in on the tackle on that one. Vikings coming out. It looks to be looks like they're spread out. Looks to be more like a nickel defense. First play, they take a shot and a big hit there by number 8. By number 8, Mikhail Korf, to number 3, Cameron Spieth, and he is down on the ground. To make the catch, and as he was catching and turning, Mikhail Korf hit him right directly center of the back, trying to just break up the play, and now he is down on the ground, or he is down on the field, receiving attention at about the 50-yard line. He hops right back up onto his feet, probably just quickly got the wind knocked out of him, and he's jogging off the field. Good to see there. Hopefully he'll be returning into this game soon. Speaking of the earlier injuries, number 2, Alex Sturton, still is sitting on the bench, has not actually been on his feet since the opening possession. Now he is starting to move around, but he's still favoring that left leg. So Ada Borup now down Cameron Spieth, who is a 9th grader, but he's been a huge part of the offense so far today, and number 2, Alex Sturton, who is a senior on this year's squad. 7:04 left here in this first half. Vikings up 20-6. As Ada Ada will try and see what they can do here. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, single back formation. It is a 4-step drop. He sees nothing, tries to tuck it and run. He gets himself a gain of about 3 yards to about the 30-yard line, but still will bring up a 4th down. The incomplete pass happened on 2nd down. 3rd down was a run of about 3, and it looks to be as Ada will be possibly punting the ball away. Number 3 checking back into the game, Cameron Spieth. Looks to be that it was just a quick he got the wind knocked out of him. It's good to see him back on the field to punt the ball away. Mikhail Korf right side, Jaden Rutherford left side, back deep for the Vikings. Spieth takes a snap, and he kicks it a little lower than his other one. It bounces at the 50, the 45, 40, and the Ada Borup are just going to let it die out there at about the 36-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will take the next possession. Now up 2 possessions and a score of 14 points at 20-6 with 6:10 left in the first half. The Vikings have been perfect so far this game. 3 possessions, all 3 ending in the red zone with a touchdown. Let's see if they can add on to this one. The Vikings will start this possession in the shotgun. Mikhail Korf, right side, 3 receivers. Mikhail takes on an assigned quarterback draw. Right up the middle, breaks a few arm tackles, and he'll fall ahead to about the 43-yard line for a gain of about 7. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. The thing I've noticed so far in this game is that the average yards per play, the Vikings have, if I were to be taking stats, the Vikings would possibly be having 5+ yards per play compared to where Ada has maybe 2 or 3, which has been a huge thing. Mikhail Korf in shotgun takes a snap, dumps it to the right side. Johnny Zeeble on a quick wrap-up tackle there by number 10, Ryan Hoven, who immediately signals to Zeeble, hey, it wasn't a dirty tackle, which is good sportsmanship on Ryan's part there. But it still will end up short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and about a long 1, maybe 2. for the Vikings here. Let's see what they can do. McHale coming back under center in a diamond formation. Takes about a 7-step drop. It's a screen over the middle to Logan Fay. He gets to the 50, past it, falls ahead to just short of the 45-yard line. And the Vikings will gain a first down on that one on about a 6-yard screen play from McHale to Logan Fay. 4:31 left here in the first half. Vikings up 20-6. McHale Corf back in the shotgun, running back to his right. Receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. McHale on a 5-step drop, looking deep. He's got Rutherford, and does he make the catch and stay in bounds is the question here. He stepped out of bounds, but do they mark him in? They do. They say he got his second foot down, but he stepped out of bounds trying to recover and go for the end zone there. So a big play there by the Pelican Rapids Vikings on an outside, looked just to be a simple streak run. Didn't look like a double move or anything. It just looked to be a simple straight shot, and McHale put it right on the money where he needed to there for the Vikings, as they are now back inside the red zone at about the 13-yard line. McHale, diamond formation, looking over, barking orders. Motion to the left, Rutherford. McHale takes it, rolling to the left, sees nothing, fires it, and it is incomplete. No, it is picked off by the Ada Borup Cougars by number 3, Cameron Spieth. Or do they call... Oh, no, there was a flag on the play. I didn't see that. They're going to call... I think that's roughing the passer. They're going to call roughing the passer on that one. So which means it's going to take away the interception there by Ada and give the Vikings the ball back, which is the important thing for the Vikings there. You're going to see how they're going to mark this out. It should be halfway to the goal line. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Yep, that is correct. The Vikings will keep the ball. They should be inside the 7-yard line, because it was at the 6.5-yard line. It'll be a first and goal for the Vikings. What a costly mistake there by Ada. Got some pressure onto McHale. McHale just kind of chucks it over the middle to see an open receiver, and it juggles into Ada Borup hand, and then of course you get called for the roughing the passer penalty. On this play, Johnny Zeeble takes the immediate handoff, falls ahead for about a gain of 3. Maybe 4 on that one. It's hard to see from this angle on where the lines are at. Gain of about 4 there, making it a second and goal from about the 3-yard line. McHale back under center. One receiver right, one to the left. McHale looking over. Takes a snap, and a immediate flag is called, as this is most likely going to be a false start or a... Yes, it is. It is going to be a false start on the Vikings, which is going to knock them back 10 yards, making it a second and goal from the 13. 3:33 left here in the first quarter. 20-6 is your score. Vikings with the lead, and and they are applying pressure quickly to make it a 3-score game if Ada cannot get a stop here. McHale back under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls, or just kind of dives his way through the middle, left side, and he gains himself back to about it is a 7-yard gain. Actually, they called a false start penalty, but only moved him back 5 yards. So from the 3, that makes it the 7-yard gain, puts him at the 1-yard line here on a third and goal with only a yard to gain. They've had one man for the job, and no, they fake the handoff to him, draw the double teams and stuff, and McHale on the option play, it looks to be, walks through the empty hole and scores another Pelican Rapids Vikings touchdown. Now making them 4 for 4 on their possessions this year, and this game and this season. They are perfect on their possessions. 26-6 is your score. 2:50 left in the first half. The Vikings looking to line up for another PAT attempt. Mikhail kicker, Timmy Guler holder, and the spot kick is up, and this one looks to be good, and it is 27-6 with 2:50 here in the first half. 2:50 remaining in the first half. The Vikings look like they've came to play today. It's of course it's first game of the season. You know, like I was mentioning earlier about, with this whole COVID thing, allowing them to, they kind of missed the start date they usually would in early September, end of August. They were set to play into the spring, and then all of a sudden they get moved back to the fall. So the mindset might not be fully there, but for Pelican it looks like it is there. For Ada, it still looks like they're trying to shake off. They're still trying to shake it off a little bit and see if they can mount something here, and maybe make the game make this game a little bit interesting here. 27-6, 2:50 left here in the first half. The Vikings are ready to be kicking off. Back to Ada. Number 33, Austin Linus, getting ready, sets the tee down, and just waiting on the official to hand him the ball. Back deep for the Ada Borup Cougars is number 88, Weston Winfrey, and number 3, Cameron Spieth. Looking back at that one, speaking of Spieth, what a costly mistake, because now that turns into a 6-point swing, or a 7-point swing, with that roughing the passer penalty. That could have been, a interception, and Ada Borup contains a 2-possession disadvantage against the Vikings. Spieth picks it up off the bounce at about the 15, gets over the middle and falls ahead past the 30-yard line to about the 32, 33-yard line on about a 17, 18-yard kickoff return there. Ada taking it back with 2:40 left here in the first half. See if they can mount a score before halftime, because if I remember, the Vikings started with the ball. Yep, the Vikings started with the ball. So if Ada can score here and get the ball after the half and, use the time management wisely, and maybe they can go for a 2-for-1 coming out of the half. But the first play is immediately swallowed up there by the Vikings, and it looks to be a no gain on the play. I don't know where Ada goes from here. They keep trying to pound the ball through the middle of the tackles, and Pelican is bending but not breaking all the way. The one touchdown came on a big kickoff return, putting them in great field position where they just had to chuck it over the middle into the end zone on their first possession. Let's see if they come back with it here. Marcuson throws it over the middle to Spieth. He catches it. He catches it about the 38, falls ahead, or he catches it about the 43-yard line, gets over the 45 and falls ahead to the 47-yard line, making it a first down for Ada. And a timeout is called on the field. Oh no, a 2-minute warning is issued by the officials. With 2 minutes remaining here in the first half, the Vikings lead at 27-6, and 27-6, the Vikings lead it. And we'll be back here on Viking News Network, Channel 2, and also on YouTube and the Viking News Network. Under center and a single back, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right on a delayed draw. hands it off to number 28. He pounds his way over the middle, gets the first down just inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line, I'll say. Number 28 on the carry that time was Fetting. And here we go with the hurry-up offense by Ada. Takes a snap. It is a 4-step drop, rolling to the left. He looks deep. He's got number 3, Spieth. He adjusts and he catches it at about the 15 and falls ahead after a tackle carried him forward to about the 8-yard line. And a timeout quickly by Ada Borup. They now have something cooking. Let's see if they can continue. First and goal, Cougars at about the 8-yard line. See what... Take your shot next. You want to try and waste as much time as you can so Pelican doesn't have a chance. And they do exactly that. Pitch to the right side. Fetting gets the outside corner. Flag on the play. And he reaches for the goal line. He is in for an Ada Borup touchdown, but it is pending on the flag. Holding on Ada, which is going to knock away the touchdown, and it's going to bring them back another 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which looks to be about the 3-yard line. So it's going to move them back to about the 13-yard line. Still going to be first and goal, but it's now going to be a first and goal and need to get 13 yards. Actually, the hold was called on the 1-yard line, which means the 10-yard penalty infracts it back to the 11-yard line. Any way you look at it, the Ada Borup still have the ball, still in the red zone, and they still have an opportunity to try and cut the lead down before halftime. Markuson under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Fetting, and he is immediately met, and he shoves off Zeeble, and he keeps pounding his way forward to just inside the 5. Let's see where they spot him. Very aggressive run there by number 28, Fenton. Bew Fenton. And they mark him just at the 4-yard line. So now Ada Borup picks up 7 on the play. Let's see if now they can punch it in with 1:03 left here in the first half. Takes the handoff, pitch it to the left. And they're met in a whole school of Vikings are there. I count 7 black jerseys around number 28 Fenton there. The Vikings knew where the ball was going, and they immediately shut it down. That knocks them back another 6 yards, making it a loss of about 5 yards they're going to give them, which makes it a 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Now is your shot. You got the clock running, 34 seconds. You take your shot here. If nothing else, you open yourself up to a free timeout. And nope, they run it to the right side with speed. He gets a couple blocks, tries to shake off a few tackles, doesn't get it. Doesn't get near the end zone, and gets about to the 5-yard line. Yes, they do. So they gain about 4 on that play. With 15 seconds left, Ada calls timeout, setting up one last opportunity to get the ball into the end zone. There's no opportunity for them to get the first down, so it's either touchdown or turnover for Ada Borup here. I'm assuming, I have a feeling what play they're going to go to. Pelican has shut down the run pretty good here. especially inside the red zone. You almost have to throw the ball over the middle to the outside. And honestly, seeing who they have, you probably either got to trust Cameron Spieth, maybe over the middle, or maybe Weston Winfrey, who looks to be probably 6'1", 6'2". He's a big body target. Maybe a perfect opportunity to get him his second touchdown of the game, either over the middle or maybe on the outside on like a 5-yard out, a little fade route or something like that. That's something I'd be looking for here if I was Ada. You got Spieth in the slot left side. You got Winfrey in the slot right side. So they're splitting them up here. Marcusson takes a snap, drops back a 3-step drop, throws a little fade route, overthrown. Looks like it was going to be number 88 on a fade route with number 10 in the area. Ryan Hoven also in the area of that one. No good on that one. Turns the ball over to the Vikings with 11 seconds left. And I could imagine the Vikings are just going to take a knee and take it into the half, up 21 points. Mikhail Korf from the Vikings trots out there. And I'm assuming he's just going to inform them, hey, we're just going to take a knee right here. 11 seconds left on the first half. No, they are going to try and run a play. Mikhail Korf under center. Takes a snap. Hands the ball off to Rutherford. He goes left side. He's got a blocker in front of him. He's got a little bit of daylight but can't do nothing with it. Gets to about the 30-yard line. And with 3 seconds left, the Vikings are going to call a timeout here. Do they have something up their sleeve on this play here? Up 21 points with a 1.9 seconds left here in the first half. Do the Vikings have some kind of trickery play to maybe get them the 70 yards for the score? Because why else would you call a timeout here unless you have maybe like I said, maybe a practice play that, you know, it'd be a time to use it right here. You have nothing to lose. You're not going to gain the ball or lose the ball after this. I mean, you're just Ada's going to get the second half, or they're going to receive the second half kickoff. So might as well try something for the end zone. Maybe go up by 4 scores so that the Ada missed touchdown there comes back and adds a little more salt into their wound for this game. We'll see what happens here by the Vikings. Now, if I was Ada in this situation, I would drop back 4 or 5 guys. I would legitimately just play prevent defense. Don't allow anything, keep everything in front of you. Mikhail Korf takes a snap. He rolls right. He's pointing, looking deep, and guys behind him. Rutherford catches it, but the clock is out on a big completion there by the Vikings. But it doesn't result in anything because the clock runs out on the first half. And the Vikings will go into the half up 21 points. Especially if I Ada in that situation before we go to break for halftime, I would have immediately told the receiver, the D-backs and stuff, nothing over your head. Nothing over your head. You play prevent. You keep everything in front of you. You don't even need to go after the interception. Just keep it in front of you, because something like that happens. All of a sudden, the speedster like Jane Rutherford gets it and breaks it all the way to the house, or breaks it all the way to the house. Now it drops a morale going into the second half, and now you're down, possible 33, 34 points coming back out of the half with the ball. Very lucky there that Ada, with the completion, they were very lucky that he didn't get to the end zone. But instead, we go to the half. Vikings up 21 points, 27-6 of the Ada Borup Cougars. And we'll be back here on Viking News Network, Channel 2, and also on YouTube at Viking News Network. Off of YouTube, search us up. visiting team, which is the Ada Borup Cougars. Again, we'll go through the color schemes. If you're watching off of the stream, it is the Vikings are in their black with orange trims on the shoulders and the pants. Ada Borup Cougars in their white jerseys, trim on the shoulder pads, black, and then black pants as well. Your score, 27-6, Vikings lead. Vikings will be kicking off to Ada to start the second half. 12 minutes in this third quarter, 12 minutes in the fourth. We got 24 minutes to play, and we are off. Spieth gets a return catch at about the 7-yard line. Runs around the left side, and he gets brought down from behind by number 32. Oh, my score sheet closed. Number 32 is Tommy Thatch. Tommy Thatch on the chase down brings him about the 24-yard line. That's where Ada Borup will start on their next possession. To catch you up on the injuries, Vikings in the first half had none. No one went to the ground, and no one sitting out. The Ada Borup Cougars had 2 injuries, one to number 3, Cameron Spieth, who you just saw kick the opening kickoff for the second half. He is fine, as the first play from scrimmage that Ada does is a loss on a counter play of about 83. Hunter Williams just decides to jump on it at about the Viking 30, we'll say 37-yard line, we'll call it. 37-yard line is where they'll start their next possession for the Vikings. And during their 6th possession, as I just mentioned over it, they have probably a possibility of an 80% chance of scoring on this possession. But we'll have to see what happens, see if Ada comes out with a little change in the offense. Mikhail Korf in the diamond formation. Motion to the right. Hands the ball up the middle to number 35, Zeeble. He looks like he lost the football. Looks like he lost the football, but I think coming up from the pile last was number 73, Weston Funk, on the recovery, keeping the Vikings with the ball, and of course keeping the possession alive by falling on it. Immediately as Zeeble was wrapped up, he didn't really protect the ball, and of course he was stripped there. But thankfully for the Vikings, they kept the ball. Handoff left side, Rutherford, flag flies, he's got the daylight, and he just gets tripped up as he was one man to beat for the end zone. But again, there is a flag just past the first down marker, I'm assuming, with, of course, the quarterback, Mikhail Korf, not moving. This is most likely going to be coming back because of a holding, and yes, there is the call. It will be a holding on the Vikings, knocking him back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which is most likely going to be from the first down marker, and it's going to make it a repeat of downs. Oh no, they're going to give him past the first down marker, but it's going to make it a 2nd and 8 as a result of that penalty. 2nd and 8 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Ada Borup still a little shaky here on the defensive end. Still giving up the big plays on the outside counter runs, and then of course the passes on the outside. They got to try and tighten that up a little bit. Mikhail rolls right, dumps it to 35, Zeeble. He tries to shake a defender, does not. He gets wrapped up quickly by Spieth. He gains to about the 42, 43-yard line, and it'll make it a 3rd down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, as they are just about I'd say about 3 to 4 yards needed to go left on this. Needed to go to get a first down. So it'll be a 3rd and we'll say a long 3 or 4 for the Vikings here. Mikhail Korf in a tight formation of a diamond. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Zeeble, runs to the left side, gets the first down, and crosses midfield. As he did, gain the first down. Gets to about the 49-yard line in Cougar territory for a Vikings first down and keeping the drive alive. Mikhail has done that from time to time, as you can tell from the Vikings' point of view, where they're kind of keen on to 35 Johnny Zeeble with his runs up the middle. So what they've been doing is pretending like it is a run, having the offensive line moving with Zeeble as he would, and Mikhail just fakes the handoff and then runs to the opening hole that Zeeble leaves. As right there, it looks like the Ada Borup Cougars went into the half to try and limit one person, I'd say right now, because they're trying to stop Zeebel's runs up the middle. They're going to try and make Pelican one-dimensional and either outside pitches to Rutherford and say Zeebel on those screen plays and pitches, but they're going to try and clog up the middle as much as they can as a result of that play. Mikhail Korf in an I-back formation with a little pitch out to Rutherford. He shakes one tackle, gets to the 45, 40, 35, and he just walks out of bounds after a first down gain by the Vikings. It'll be a first down. The drive continues to go. They'll mark him at about the 31 yard line right there. So the Vikings, with 8:44 left here in the third quarter, now lead 15 points, 27-12, and now threatening to maybe add some more here as they've kind of figured something out. The Vikings take the handout. No, they fake it on a counter run up the middle with number 17, Justin Verdorn. He scampers to near the first down marker. He gets it, and he gets over the 20-yard line to about the, we'll see where they spot him, at about the 19 or 18-yard line. I'm going to call it more like a 19-yard line. First down for the Vikings. Now back inside the red zone where they've been pretty deadly today. 4 for 4 on their attempts inside the red zone. And this is their 5th try here. Mikhail Korf shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Mikhail on an immediate quarterback draw up the middle. Gets hit at about the maybe 15-yard line. Falls ahead to about the 13, maybe 12. They will give him the 12. Actually, they'll give him the 11, which makes it now a 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. 8 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter. Mikhail back under center. Motion to the left, to the right. Takes the handoff of Zeebel. He'll gain the first down. It doesn't get much more behind it. They will grant the first down. Now making it a 1st and goal. Do they mark him inside the 5? Or do they mark him just outside? It looks to be just outside the 5-yard line. They mark him at the 6, and the Vikings will have 6 yards on 4 plays to try and score here. Mikhail takes the snap, does the fake handoff to Zeebel, tries to pound his way through, and he does! Touchdown, Mikhail Korf, a 6-yard quarterback option draw, and he gets in for the Vikings score. Now putting him up 33-12. The Vikings most likely will be trotting out for the PAT attempt to maybe go up 34-12 and put this game at a 22-point advantage. Very good drive again there for the Vikings as they now increase their statistics to 5 for 5 inside the red zone and 5 of 6 in overall scoring on their possessions, which is a very good number, especially for especially being your first game of the year, and especially against like real first competition of the year instead of just like practice and all your other teammates and stuff. New kicker into the game, number 80 for the Vikings, Enrique Rodriguez Lopez. He takes it, kick is up, and it is good. Enrique gets the first point, or gets another point on the board for the Vikings, now making it 34-12. With 7:21 left here in the third quarter. Now it's at the point for the Vikings where now they're up. They're probably going to keep the starters out there for another possession, just because they don't want to give up something and have to rush the starters back in. So this could be a situation where the Vikings will rush their starters back out for one last defensive possession, and as soon as the offense, if say Ada doesn't score, this is the time where you probably start seeing some of your younger classmen come in and get some experience, and especially playing under the Friday night lights, which, you know, for especially, you know, like ninth or freshmen, sophomore, underclassmen have never really had a chance to, so this might be their opportunity. Also, it looks to be as number 8, Mikhail Korf, was getting a little attention there on the sideline by the Vikings trainer. I don't know what was about. It looked like they were just doing a little bit of stretching. He is on his feet, having a couple or having his water. Nothing seriously looking bad on that side for Mikhail Korf. Vikings now set to kick off. Back deep for the Ada Borup Cougars is number 88, Weston Winfrey, and number, is that 28, Bew Fenton? Yep, Bew Fenton, back deep. Kick us away, bounces about the 15-10, it'll roll inside the 5, it will not make the goal line, so that means it is a live ball, and a very costly mistake there, because if he wouldn't have recovered it and tried to play it into the end zone, I think he, from the angle I looked, did he touch it? Did he not? I don't know. If he touches it, he can't allow it to go into the back of the end zone, because that would be a infraction, and it wouldn't be a loss of the ball. It'd just be a penalty, and it would have backed him all the way up from the 1 yard line to about the inch line. But if he doesn't jump on it or at least pick it up, the Vikings have an opportunity. That's a kickoff. They have an opportunity to jump on it and maybe get another 6 points off of special teams. Thankfully for the Ada Borup Cougars that he picks it up and makes a positive gain out of a real negative play to start with. He gets the ball from the 1 yard line to about the 14, so about a 13-yard kickoff return there by the Ada Borup. Single back formation, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Handoff directly up the middle by number 28, Fenton, and he is stopped at the line to gain. And it doesn't look like he gained anything at all, not even falling forward. So it will be a 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line. .6:45 left here in the third quarter. Vikings up 34-12. Second down. Drop back, 3-step drop on a slant route to Fenton. He catches it, tries to spin through the middle, and 4 Vikings are there. Number 25, Carson McNeil on the stop, as long as number 19, Logan Fay, number 33, Alex Linus, and number 35, Johnny Zeeble. All on the stop there for the Vikings. Gain of about 6, maybe 7. Let's see where they spot. Yes, they will give them 6 on the play, making it a 3rd and 4 from the 21-yard line. Third down, single back formation, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. A little 2-step drop, throws it like a screen, or like a bubble screen. Catches it, gets past the 25, falls ahead to the 28, maybe the 29. Bew Fenton on the catch and run for about 7 yards for a Cougar first down. And now we do have a Viking down on the ground. Number 17, Justin Verdorn. Justin Verdorn seeking the attention of the trainer as well as Coach Haugen. I don't know what happened. It looked like he was maybe running to the sideline and just kind of fell over. I didn't clearly see. I don't know what could be the issue here. He's up on his feet, hobbling, maybe favoring the left ankle, left leg as well. Trainer's taking him. We'll take a look at him and see if he'll get back in this game. 5:51 left here in the third quarter. Vikings up 22 points as the Ada Borup Cougars. Now they come to a base set offense where the single back, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. They tried that bubble screen again, except this time to the right side for Winfrey, and he took either his eyes off the ball or just dropped it, and it now makes it a 2nd and 10 for the Ada Borup Cougars. Ada's trying to find some answers here. Down 22 points, 5:45 left here in the third. They're trying to figure out something. From their last possession, the pass is there. The pass is there, but they have to start trying to utilize it more down the field instead of right at the line of scrimmage, because the Vikings do have a very good defense where they can get and they can, track down the ball and get to it fast, especially if it's at the line of scrimmage or beyond. And the back. Another 2-step drop. It is a draw play, and 3 Vikings were there. Number 83, Hunter Williams. Number 53, Levi Johnson, as well as number 76, Liam Seitzma. All in on the stop there, about for a loss of 4, making it a 3rd and about 14, maybe 13 on the play. Yeah, 3rd and 13 coming up here for the Ada Borup Cougars. I don't know what Ada can do here. We'll see what happens. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Single back formation behind Markison. He's barking out orders. Takes the snap on a 4, 5, 6, 7 drop. Tries to fade it to the right side. No one. He just basically, there was no chance for receiver to make the play. 2 Vikings were in the area. And a very just kind of toss it up and see what happens kind of play there by number 1, Aiden Markison. But, you know, there's nothing really open down the field. Winfrey on the other side looked like he was double covered, or at least had the safety over the top. No throw there. Looked like number 28, the one he threw to, Fenton, was tracking down the right side. And, of course, he had the coverage underneath with the safety over the top. There was just nothing really open there for the Cougars. Luckily, they get a chance to punt it away. Maybe give themselves, as I say that, punter botches the snap, gets the punt off, but hit in the process. No flag on the field. The Vikings are going to try and scoop this one up. They do. Even if I don't know if they were going to call that a block or not. Even if it was a block, the Vikings could not pick it up and run with it. Basically, wherever the ball was caught or wherever it was touched would have been stopped. But anyway, a little bit of the mistakes by the Ada Borup Cougars in this game so far have been the Achilles heel to them right now. Mistakes on 4th down, especially near the end of the first half. They had a shot in the end zone, overthrew him, didn't even give his receiver a chance, and then of course in that 3rd down play, again didn't give the receiver a chance, and then ends up in the 4th down where the punter almost lost the handle of it, barely got it off, but gave the Vikings great field possession at about the 9-yard line. Catching up on the recent play, handoff to Johnny Zeeble up the middle. He gets about a 7-yard gain inside the 5-yard line for the Vikings, down to about the 2 with 4:28 left. Vikings up 22 points, 34-12. Mikhail Korf under center, diamond formation, 1 receiver left, 1 right. Korf on a motion play, hands the ball up the middle. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Another Viking touchdown as it increases the lead to 40-12 here in tonight's game. 4:13 left here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings do now lead by, 28 points, pending PAT, of course. So 28-point game. Enrique Rodriguez Lopez set to kick it again. Kick is up, and it looks to be hits the crossbar, bottom side, left side of the upright, and no good. PAT attempt, no good. 40-12 is your score with 4:13 left here in the 3rd quarter. So, again, the Vikings now increase their season average, if you want to call it. They've been in the red zone now 6 times. They have scored on all 6 possessions. That is a great trend going into the season, especially week 1, especially with all that's happened with COVID and, the mix-up in thinking that they were going to play this year and told not to. Got it moved to the spring, and now, they get to play, a month later than what they should have. But the mindset going into the game, it looks like Pelican has it. Ada is still kind of, either they just don't have as the talent that Pelican does, or they just didn't come in with the right mindset in today's game. And it's kind of showing with the scoreboard looking 40-12 with 4:13 left here in the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to kick it off. Number 33, Tommy Thatch, set to kick it away for the Vikings. He takes his 7-step drop with 3 to the left. Signals to the official. Official gives him the sign. Here we go. Number 88, Winfrey, and number 28, Fenton get it. Fenton catches it on the right side. gains about maybe 7 off the catch, and a flag flies from the second level right side, and it looks to be a unnecessary roughness or a block in the back or something like that, or unsportsmanlike conduct is what it maybe looks like. Let's see here. Personal foul. It's a personal foul on penalty on the Ada Borup Cougars, knocks him back about 10 yards, 10-15 yards. It'll be a half a distance, or it'll be a half a distance to the goal line penalty. .406 left here in the third, as they have now officially sorted out the penalty. I didn't see exactly what it was. It was just a personal foul penalty on the Cougars. It's a 15-yard penalty or a half a distance to the goal line, depending where they were. So it happened about the 20-yard line, knocks it back 10 yards. Takes the snap, hands the ball off left side, and he is walloped right at the line by looks to be number 55 for the Vikings, Ian Fay, on the big tackle there, actually losing about a yard or so, making it a 2nd and long for the Ada Borup Cougars. Not much success has happened so far in this game for Ada. Everything's kind of went Pelicans' way. And then, of course, getting back to the earlier comment here on the Vikings' last possession, the Vikings, they haven't made the mistakes that cost them drives, cost them opportunities. Ada kind of has. As I get to this play here, rolling right side, throws it up, and there's the mistake. Intercepted at about the 30-yard line by number 33, Alex Linus. Rolling opposite side. He's a right-handed thrower. He's rolling to his left. It's hard to come all the way across the body to throw, and just underthrew his receiver just a little bit. His receiver had to step over the top, and he tried to throw underneath, maybe on like a comeback route, and Alex Linus kind of stayed underneath the play, got his head turned around, and caught the ball for the interception, and it'll be Vikings ball at the 30-yard line with 3:17 left here in the third quarter. It looks like number 1, Aiden Marcuson, is getting attention as he's being walked off the field by the trainer for the Ada Borup Cougars. He took a big shot there, rolling to his left, getting pressure from behind and in front of him. So all he could do was just try and throw it up, and it was another mistake there by the Ada Borup Cougars. Mikhail Korf on an option run. There's a flag down. Mikhail to the 5, into the end zone, touchdown, pending flag. Pending flag. It looks to be an offensive infraction against, or it's an infraction against the offense. I didn't clearly see what it was. There's 2 flags down, actually. One left side, one on the right side of the field, more middle. Let's see them get together, see if they can come up with the right assessment here on this play. The officials are getting together. 3:09 left here in the third quarter. The official coming to set it. 12 man on the field for the Ada Borup Cougars. It is a holding penalty on the Vikings, which means that it is an offsetting penalty. Touchdown does not count, but it is not a loss for the Vikings or a gain for the Vikings, and it is also, of course, not a loss for the Cougars, or gain for the Cougars. So an offsetting penalty wipes away another score. It would have been a 30-yard touchdown run. Instead, they get it brought back. They get to basically redo the play. They lose a little bit of time, but they get to redo the play. 40-12 is your score. 3:09 left here in the third quarter. McHale in a shotgun formation. Throws it to the right. Looks like a little bit of a screen. Flag on the play again. Logan Fay catches it. Gains about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Again, penalty on the field. Looks to be up in front. Maybe an illegal block or illegal blocker upfield. Maybe is what it looked to be. Because it did look like a screenplay. No, it is just a simple, common holding penalty on the Vikings, which knocks them back 10 yards. Spotted the foul, I'm assuming, so it happened in front. Knocks them back to the 40-yard line, which means the infraction happened at the line of scrimmage. So it must happen pretty early at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings move back 10 yards. It is now 1st and 20. McHale with the shot. Fakes the screen, looks, and he just has to dump it off. Nothing open down deep. Hunter Williams catches it, runs over the middle, carries a couple of defenders to about the 30-yard line, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But that's about all he can get there. Gets at least a big chunk of that back. Now it'll be 2nd and 10 with 2:05 left here in the third quarter. Vikings come back out. Looks to be back in their base diamond formation here. McHale, 7-step drop. Looking for the screen earlier like they did. Logan Fay catches it. Hits one guy. Falls ahead to about the 19, maybe 18-yard line. 19-yard line is where they spot. Opposite side of the field. There's a yellow marker on the field. Let's see where this one is going. Is it coming back or is it going toward against Ada here? Let's see here. Official has this call. Another holding penalty on the Vikings. Knocks them back another 10 yards. I'm assuming it's going to be spot. Is it a spot foul or is it an original line of scrimmage? Or is it going to be... Okay, so it's a spot foul. It happened on the first down marker, they say. They just basically are going to redo the play. Yeah, kind of like that. It's back-to-back do-overs. Mikhail Korf, shotgun formation, takes a snap, rolling to the right side, breaks a couple tackles to the middle. He's in the second level to the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. No markers on the field. No markers on the field. Nope, no markers on the field. It is a good touchdown for the Vikings there. Mikhail Korf on it looked to be a 30-yard scamper, breaking a couple tackles on his way through the middle, bouncing it to the outside, and there was 2 men to beat, and he got to the corner of the end zone first. Vikings add on another one, now pushing the lead over 30, which I think is the continuous running clock in the high school league, if I'm not mistaken. 46-12, your score, with 1:33 left here in the third quarter. Enrique Rodriguez Lopez attempts the PAT to put the Vikings up by 35, and it is good. Vikings now lead 47-12 on, they lead 47-12 with 1:33 left in the third quarter. So again, if you're keeping a track at home, the Vikings have now had 7 possessions on the year, and they have scored on all 7 possessions. Of course, if you want to call that last possession before the first half if you want to call a possession where it was 2 plays but only 11 seconds, you can, and it decreases their percentage by 1 extra possession. But if you're looking at it where they've had full time, they've had a chance to actually run a possession, the Vikings are 7 for 7 on the season for touchdowns per possession, where Ada still is kind of struggling after now they threw a pick and they give up 6 or 7 points in the process. So the story of the game is just the simple mistakes that Pelican is not making that Ada is making. Hence the score being up 35 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. But in general, you go back to a play early in the second quarter. The Vikings were kind of struggling, or were kind of driving on the Ada Borup Cougars. They finally get some pressure on McHale. He throws a quick ball into double coverage, bounces up and gets Ada with the interception, but there was a roughing the passer penalty there. Number 33, Austin Linus, boots a deep one, and this one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. A touchback by Austin Linus, and the Ada Borup Cougars will take over from the 20-yard line. But getting back to the mistakes, or bringing you back on the game recap, uh, the Vikings, I don't think they've made a turnover yet. I think their only real mistake they made turnover-wise was when Siebel put it on the ground early in the second half, early in this quarter, and Weston Funk by the Vikings falls on it. But you look at like the Ada Borup Cougars, they've had one interception, 2 missed 4th down conversions, and then they had the punter juggled it, somehow got it off, but it was legitimately almost blocked by the Pelican Rapids Vikings, which set them up at about the 9-yard line after that little punt. So the mistakes that Pelican is not making and the ones that Ada are making are the difference in this game today, as the Vikings do lead 47-12, and Ada's got the possession back. Aiden Markison back into the game, throws it behind Weston Winfrey, tries the one-hand snag and does not come down with it. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Ada Borup 20-yard line. Ada coming, breaking the huddle. Coming up to the line, Aiden Markison steps back under center and split back formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hands the ball up the middle to number 3, Cameron Spieth. He gains about maybe 1, making it a 3rd and 9. Stop there on the play by the Vikings by number 10, Timmy Guler. Thank you to the PA announcer for that one. So it is looking like the Vikings are starting to put in some of the younger kids. Timmy Guler, especially on that one, backup quarterback in DB, and he's a freshman on this year's squad. So it looks like maybe Coach Haugen is starting to put in the new guys. Split back formation, hand up the middle to number, I couldn't really catch it, number 10, Ryan Holven. Ryan Holven gets it about a 5-yard carry, makes it a 4th and 4. Decision time for Ada. Do they want to go for it? I'm assuming they will. But they might let the clock dwindle out to, get another chance to breathe it over and have a chance to talk over what they want to do, see what kind of play they want to come up with this 4th play. 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. No one's moving. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen as we are counting down. Vikings lead at the end of 3, 47-12 over the Ada Borup Cougars. And it's been a, there's parts of the game that you can see that, you can tell this is both teams' first game of the season. But at the same time, it also looks like Pelican was, more, either they brought back more, older classmen who have been here, who know how to do it, or, Ada's just, they had school today. They come on a hour-and-a-half road trip to Pelican to try and play Friday Night Lights. Maybe it's his first game of the season. There's just a lot of things that go on. You can't really judge a season by the first game of the year. But how it looks is Pelican does look like they have an opportunity to maybe go back this year to the Fargo Dome. By the way they're playing right now, am I saying that Pelican's the best team in the district or the conference? No, I'm just saying from my eyes it looks like Pelican does seem ready after a kind of a weird start to the season, but they did come out and they are like I said, just look at the percentages. The Vikings have scored based on every percentage that they actually can, and they have limited the mistakes. Like I said, I don't think they've really only made one real costly mistake. But besides that, they haven't made the mistakes that Ada has in this game. But, you can take away. We still got 12 minutes to play. Who knows? Maybe this will go down as one of those games where Ada Borup mounts one of the biggest comebacks in, well, especially my time. I've never seen a 35-point comeback. But if they need to do that, They need to do it fast, and right now it's not looking like it because Ada's out in a punt formation. Snap back. Number 10, Hoven gets it. Kicks it over the middle to number 4, and he calls for a fair catch. Number 4 on the fair catch, Peyton Blakeway. Another youngster. So it looks like Pelican's going to trot out the young crew and see what they have learned so far this season. And I'm assuming that's what Ada's doing right here too. Let's see who's out here. Number 10 for the Vikings, Timmy Guler, probably going to be coming in and playing quarterback. Number 12, Luke Soley now entering the game. Number 4, Peyton Blakeway entering the game. Number 55, Ian Fay entering the game. We got number 57, Caden Holt entering the game. Number 54, Chase Rested. Number 52, Carter Freaking. We got number 60, Jared Stetz entering the game. We got number 40, Tristan Landberg entering the game. I think I got all the players for the Vikings there. Yeah, I think I did. And then, of course, for the Ada Borup Cougars, number 35, Austin Tovar enters the game for them. Number 53 entering the game, Austin Kesselberg. Of course, I'm going to have to wait till they break their huddle to see who all comes out. I was just kind of giving you the update on who all is checking into the game. So, of course, that means for the Vikings, Mikhail Korf's day is done. Leading the Vikings on, 7 efficient drives tonight, putting up 47 points, only missing either 2 PATs or, a 2-point conversion miss. But very efficient offense there today by Mikhail Korf that he ran, as the Vikings do lead by 35 points. 11:32 left in the game. Timmy Guler checking in under center. Number 11, Jack Paulson in motion. And it's a handoff up the middle to number 40, Tristan Langberg. And he falls ahead for about a gain of 3, maybe 4. They'll give him 4. Make it a 2nd and 6, just short of the 50-yard line, about the 40, not really short of it, 48-yard line. And the stop on that play, Austin Dryden, number 59 for Ada Borup. He is also checked into the game. Number 35, Austin Tovar, I already said it. Timmy Guler gets the quarterback sweeper on the left side, goes past the 40 to the 35-30, and he gets dragged down just over the 30-yard line. And that is a Viking first down inside Cougar territory. Now checking up again on some of the substitutions for the Cougars. Number 19, Wyatt Larson. Number 70, Drew Peterson also checks into the game. Number 18, Hunter Sanchez checks in. Number 30, Dustin Olson checks into the game. Number 54, Aaron Sipp checks into the game. And number 20, Charles Scholl also checks into the game. Timmy Guler back under center, pitches it out left to Langberg. He lowers a shoulder, met by 3 Cougars, still will not go down, and is forced out of bounds for a loss of about 1, but still a great effort there by Langberg to stay on his feet, even with 3 Cougars draped on him. Still, no gain, or a loss, if you want to call it. It brings the ball to the 31-yard line. 2nd down in a long 10 or 11, however you want to look at it. 9:39 left in the game. 47-12, your score. Timmy Guler on a fake counter option. He takes it to the right side. Wrapped up there by number 20, Charles Scholl. And he is ripped to the ground after about a gain of, 4 on that one. Now making it a 3rd and 7 on the play, for a line to gain to the first down. They are inside the 30-yard line to about the 27. They need to get to the just short of the 20-yard line for a Viking first down here. So let's see what they can come up with. Do they trust Guler's arm to maybe try and get a first down here, or they just continue to try and run the clock? Timmy Guler with motion from number 4, Peyton Blakeway. He rolls left, pitches it over just in front of a outstretched arms, Peyton Blakeway, incomplete pass. Makes it a 4th and 7 for the Vikings. Clock continues to run. We're over the 30-point limit in the fourth quarter. 35-point lead, 47-12, 8:33 left in the game. Timmy Guler strolls back out for the Vikings. Do they go for it here? Do they punt it away? I'm assuming with the ball over the 50-yard line, they're most likely going to go for it. Let's see what happens here. Timmy Guler, shotgun formation, running back to his right. One receiver left, three to the right. Quarterback draw to the right side. Lowers the shoulder, gets over the 25. I don't think he makes it to the first down. They mark him about the 24, maybe 23-yard line. But again, short of the line to gain. And that will be a turnover going Ada Borup's way. 8:07 left on the clock. Clock stops as they change the possession. As we do a few more substitutions for the Vikings and also the Cougars setting up. First down and 10. The Ada Borup Cougars will be taking it from the 24-yard line, down 35 points. Let's see what they come up with. New quarterback coming into the game for the Ada Borup Cougars, number 19, Wyatt Larson, a freshman, actually, a 5'11 freshman. First play, tries to make a quarterback option, and he is sacked behind the line of scrimmage for about a loss of one. Sack on the play. Goes to, I didn't see who came off the pile. All right, the PA announcer announces that number 60, Jarrett Stetz, gets a sack on the play. It's nice for these kids, especially trying to listen in, get these kids their names announced over, YouTube and stuff like that. Very young on the scene, and hopefully maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, they can help out their respected teams to maybe helping them to, reach Fargo Dome or wherever the conference championships and maybe make a state run. As on the play, a pitch out left by number 9, Lance Kretzberger. Lance Kretzberger on the run, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. If he does, it makes it a third and 10 on the play. Stop there by number, I think I heard number 22, Carter Johnson on the stop. So here we go, 3rd and 10, 6:33 left here in the game. Vikings up 47-12 over the Ada Borup Cougars. Number 19 trying to orchestrate the offense. Under center, takes a snap. Takes about a 4-step drop. Looking high, looking long. He's got a man, and it's broken up there by number 10, Timmy Guler. Great defensive play as he and number 30, Dustin Olson, were doing a little hand fighting, going up for the ball. Guler, I think, maybe knocked it out the hand, or maybe the hand fighting caused, number 30 just couldn't get his hands up in time to catch the ball. Anyway, how you look at it, it is 4th down and 10. Ada Borup looks to be going for it here. It looks like Ada will be punting away. Oh, high snap. Bounce at the 10. Roll into the 15. Number 64 hops on it. And that is going to be a Vikings, it's going to be an Ada Borup turnover. Vikings recover at the 4-yard line, it looks like. Number 64 who falls on it is Hayden Hart, who falls on the football there. Hayden Hart with the fumble recovery off of a high snap there on the punt. Vikings will take over possession inside the red zone just inside the 5-yard line at about the 4. Needs 4 yards and 4 plays to get a touchdown here for the Vikings. .5:20 left in tonight's game. 47-12 is your score. Vikings on the verge of adding on to that. Guler under center. Takes a snap, hands the ball off to number 4, Peyton Blakeway. He gets near the line, and he's in. Touchdown, Vikings. 53-12 on a 4-yard sweep run there by Peyton Blakeway. Very nice by the Vikings. 1 play, 1 score, and they're back on the defensive end. Now your score reads 53-12, pending PAT. The Vikings look like they will be going for 2 here. Motion left to right, hands the ball up the middle. Actually, it looked like a little miscommunication there. Jimmy Guler looked like he wanted to pull the ball out. Tristan Langberg, number 40, looked like he wasn't going to give the ball up. So what had happened is technically Jimmy Guler and Tristan Langberg were both in possession of the football. So it looked like a double tackle there by number, I didn't see the number. I think it was number 54, Aaron Sipp on the play. .4:30 left in tonight's game. 53-12 the score, and it's kind of dwindling towards the Vikings are going to walk away with an opening day win over the Ada Borup Cougars. Ada has nothing really going for them, and of course now both teams have subbed in their respective young kids to just see what they have. Vikings setting up the tee. Still a little bit of moving around there by Ada Borup. Now they're ready in position for the kickoff. Number 80 set to kick it away for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Enrique Rodriguez Lopez set to kick it away. Gives the signal. And there he goes. And there it is up. And it's going to get caught at about the 30-yard line by number 5, Tristan Triplett. And he is brought down by number 27, Johnny Moreno on the play for a 5-yard kickoff return there. 5-yard kickoff return sets the ball up for Ada Borup at the 35-yard line, heading left to right with 4:02 left in tonight's game. 53-12 your score. Vikings lead by 41 points. And let's see if Ada has, if you're not going to win, try and put together one drive, put a little confidence in, especially as the young guys, to see if maybe next week or, this week at practice, maybe you got a little bit of confidence. Maybe you can boost something here with just one drive. You don't have to make it quick. You don't have to score fast. You don't have to, just see if you can get something going here. See if, maybe you found something, try and work on it next week in practice. Ada Borup still motioning around. Now they're set. Takes the handoff. Up the middle. I didn't see the ball carrier. I did see number 22 and number 58 in on the stop for the Vikings. Number 22 would be Carter Johnson. Number 54, right? Or 58, I'm sorry, would be Cale Richardson in on the stop for the Vikings. And the carry was by number 34 of Ada Borup, Gannon Rockstead. So they gain 1. It was a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Maybe a long 9. How you look at it. But anyway, 2nd and 9. 2:40 left here on the clock. Vikings do lead by 41 points. Split back formation. Takes the handoff is number 9. Lance Kritzberger, he gallops over the middle, gains a first down, just gets past the 45, falls and gets tackled around the 48-yard line. Yeah, about the 48-yard line. Enough for a Ada Borup Cougar first down. And just short of Vikings territory, as they are 2 yards short of that. 2 minutes as we are winding into it. They are not going to call the 2-minute warning. I wonder if that's just because of the score, or I don't know what. I thought usually the 2-minute warning gets called here in the fourth quarter. It was in the first half. Pitch out, number 32, Isaac Nelson, and he gets ripped down behind the line of scrimmage by number 80. Was that 87? No, number 67. Justin Jacobson rips him for about a loss of, I'd say about 7 or 8 yards on that loss there by number 32, Isaac Nelson. 1:15 left in tonight's game. And Ada Borup, second down and a long 17, I'd say, maybe. 17 yards to gain. Yeah, 17 yards gain. 55 seconds left on tonight's game. Split back formation, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a 5-step drop, looking towards his 2 receivers. Up in the air, he is caught by number 30, Dustin Olson. He gets it to about the 35 on a catch. Good completion there from number 19, Wyatt Larson, to number 30, Dustin Olson, for about a gain of, I'd say, about 25 yards for a Ada Borup first down. Now, with 30 seconds left, do they have enough play to maybe throw one more towards the end zone? Or are they just going to... Nope, here they go. They're going to try it. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Split back formation. Wyatt Larson under center. He again looks towards the end zone. Caught again by number 30. 8 seconds left. And Ada Borup is going to call a timeout. Just like I said, they're going to try and get something to go. Give the fan base here, the Ada fans that came, give them one less thing to cheer for. The game is in doubt, or the game is already, kind of set in stone. But you might as well have a little fun now. You have these young guys out here. Let's see what can happen. 4.9 seconds left. Your score 53-12. Looking like it is for sure a Pelican Rapids victory. They're going to go on to the year 1-0. Ada Borup's going to drop their record to 0-1 to start the season. But with 4.9 seconds, Ada's going to try one last time to, add another score. And kind of what I've been saying is try and, at least go home with a smile on your face, knowing, you started the game with a score, you ended it with a score. Hey, that's pretty good for, especially with these young kids in here. Give them a chance. All right, here we go. Single back formation, 3 receivers, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Looking over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. With time expiring, the Ada Borup Cougars do put another one on the board, making the score 53-18, and it's pending PAT and 2-point conversion to finalize the game. Very cool. Very good way to finally, get another touchdown on the board, just before the time is up. Pelican wasn't just going to give it, but it's pretty cool to see, especially on a game where, Ada was just kind of, their mistakes caught up to them. Hey, you end the game, on a touchdown. That's pretty cool on their part. Ada Borup lines up, split back formation, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap, hands the ball up the middle to number 32. Does he make it? Yes, he does. And that will prove to be your final score in tonight's game. The Ada Borup Cougars do cash in at the last minute, or last second, I should say. And they will finish the game with a 53-20 loss to the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Again, the Vikings will move on this season to start at 1-0. Ada drops to 0-1. And, it's a pretty good start for Pelican. Pelican's schedule in the upcoming They will be October 14th, which is a Wednesday of next week. They will be playing New York Mills at New York Mills. The following week, October 23rd, they will be home here in Chancey Martin Field against Mahnomen and Waban. October 30th, the Friday after that, they will be playing Wadena Deer Creek at Wadena Deer Creek. November 6th, week 5, they will be playing Underwood at Underwood. And then to finish off the season, November 11th, they will be playing Frazee at home at 7 p.m. on that specific Friday. Anyway, that will do it for tonight. The Vikings do come out victorious with a final score of 53-20 over the Ada Borup Cougars. I am Joe Stetz. Thank you for listening to this broadcast of Viking Channel 2. And of course, you can always catch us on YouTube at the Pelican Rapids High School YouTube page. Thanks again. Enjoy the night. Safe travels.